for being here today. Today's yoga practice is all about a healthy spine. If you have a blanket at home that you want to use, go ahead and pause the video and grab that now. We're going to go ahead and start on our backs today. Knees can be bent. Feet can be about mat width distance apart. And then just let the knees fall in towards each other. Lift the hips up. And then as you set them down, really try to relax them. Feel them being supported by the mat. And then same thing with the shoulder blades. Feel the shoulder blades underneath you. Rest the hands down to either side. Let the palms face up. And simply begin to bring attention to the breath. If you like, you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your abdomen. Simply becoming present in this moment. And then let your eyes flutter open. Let your arms reach out to a T. Let the palms be facing down. And let the knees come back open. And then let the knees fall to the right side, keeping the feet nice and wide. Bring the knees back to the center space, and then let them fall to the left. So the knees are moving like windshield wipers of a car, starting to create some mobility through the hips, through the spine, just starting to wake things up. And then move through one more time on each side to even things out. And we'll meet back in the center space. And let the feet walk in towards the hips. Let the fingertips reach towards the heels. Let the palms press down. And then on your next inhale, press into your heels. Lift your hips up off of the floor. And maybe even lift the toes. Begin to bring the chest towards the chin, but the face is looking straight up at the ceiling. And you might notice that your belly begins to hollow. And then on your next big breath in, lift the hips a little bit higher. And then as you breathe out, let the hips come back down to the floor. And then big breath in, press into the heels, lift the hips up toward the ceiling. Lift the toes. And then bring attention to the shoulder blades. Press the chest up towards the chin, but the face is looking straight up towards the ceiling. Another big breath in, lifting the hips high. And then a big breath out, comes all the way back down to the floor. Let's do that one more time. Press into the heels, lifting the hips up. Lift the toes. Lift the chest towards the chin. Big breath in, lifts really high. And then as you breathe out, bring everything back down. Awesome. And then hands can come underneath the knees. And then you can start to rock back and forth, giving yourself a little back massage until you come up to seated. And let the feet come together in front of you. They don't need to be super close. They can be out a little further. And then if you'd like, you can take that blanket and put it right underneath the sit bones right underneath the tailbone. And experiment a little bit, see what feels good to you. And then reach down towards your feet. Give yourself a little foot massage. And then begin to bring attention to the core. Let the belly button come in towards the spine, protecting the low back. And then begin to bring yourself back up. And then one foot comes behind you, one foot comes in front. And again, you can be up on your blanket or not, it's up to you. Find what feels good to you. And then one hand comes down beside you. The other one reaches up and over. And then let's sweep it all the way through. Reaching all the way up and over and sweeping down and through. One more time, all the way up and over, down and through. And then swap out the legs. The opposite leg comes in front this time. And let the hand come down towards the knee that's out, and then same thing. Just starting to wake up the upper back. Opening up through the chest, through the shoulders. Moving one more time through. And let's swap out the feet again. Good. And let the hand come down beside you and let the elbow be just a little bit bent, a little bit buoyant. And then this time we're going to thread the needle so the hand comes all the way down and through, reaching under. And then opening. As you open through the chest, feel the shoulder blades in the back of the body, and then bring it all the way down and through. Another time, reaching all the way up as you open, and then bringing it all the way down and through. One last time, opening, feel the shoulder blades in the back of the body, and then coming down. We'll swap out the legs, do the same thing on the other side. Let the hand come down and let the elbow bend. Arm comes straight up. Feel yourself opening through the chest. Feel the shoulder blades in the back of the body, and then bring it all the way down and underneath. Thread the needle. And just keep moving, maybe moving with your breath. Inhaling as you open and exhaling as you bring the hand down and under. Moving in a way that feels good to you. And we'll go one last time through. Good. And we'll come to hands and knees to tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And if you'd like, you can have the blanket underneath your knees for a little extra support. But wherever you are, press down into each fingertip. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and then press into the palms of your hands, and you can bend your elbows to press down, and then notice how that really lifts the upper body. And then bring attention to the core. The belly button comes into the spine, lower ribs come towards each other. And then we'll begin to move through cat-cow. So the belly can drop, chest comes between the arms. And then as you press into the palms, belly button tucks in towards the spine, tailbone and chin come in towards the chest. And keep moving through with your breath. Whether you're moving slowly or quickly, doing what feels good to you. Remembering to breathe. And we'll move one more time through. And we'll meet in tabletop position. This time in tabletop, we're gonna send the hips back towards the heels. And then on your inhale, lift yourself up back to tabletop position. Exhale sends the hips back to child's pose. Inhale lifts up to tabletop. Exhale back. And inhale back up. Keep moving, again, moving with your breath, doing what feels good to you, finding your rhythm. And we'll move one more time through. And back in tabletop position, reach the right hand forward and then send the hips back. Notice how that stretches the side of the body. Place that hand back underneath you. Left hand reaches forward, send the hips back. Let's do that one more time on each side. Reaching forward, sending the hips back. The other side, reaching forward, sending the hips back. Good. Walk the hands one hand print forward, turn the toes under, and then lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Any organic movement that feels good here, maybe shifting the hips side to side, maybe the heels pedal down towards the floor, or maybe you're moving both heels at the same time. And then begin to remove the tension from your head and your neck. Maybe shaking the head no. And then come to a place of stillness and begin to walk yourself to the top of your mat. Feet can be hip-width distance apart and let the knees bend a lot. The hands can be wherever they're comfortable. Let the head be heavy. And then maybe the hips shift side to side. Waking up through the low back, but tucking the belly button in towards the spine to protect the back. And then on your next inhale, lift up to a halfway lift. Let the shoulder blades slide down. And then exhale, fold. Another time, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. This time, inhale all the way up to standing, arms up, look up. Then exhale, the arms come down to your sides, hands come together at heart center, and then check in with your feet. Rock back and forth a few times. Find all four corners of your feet. And then press down through your feet to grow tall through the top of your head, almost like your rib cage is lifting you up nice and high. And then the shoulders slide down away from the ears. Taking a moment to feel your breath, feel your heart. And then let your hands come down to either side. And as you inhale, lift both arms up in front of you like thriller arms. And as soon as the shoulders start to stick, lift through the chest to lift a little higher. And then exhale the arms down. One more time, lifting up and lowering. And let the right hand come back behind you. Look at the thumb. Turn the thumb down and bring the hand back in. Same thing on the other side. Look back at the thumb. Turn the thumb down and bring the hand back in. And let's put that together. Inhale, arms up, reach. And exhale down. Inhale, right hand back. And exhale, thumb down. Inhale, left hand back. Exhale, thumb comes down. Inhale, both arms up, lift through the chest. And exhale down. We're going to add on a little bit. Right hand comes back, look at the thumb, and this time the hand comes all the way up and over, keeping an eye on the thumb the whole time through. Same thing on the other side, reaching back, looking at the thumb, and then watching it come all the way up and back down in front. Let's do that whole thing again. Inhale, arms up, lift through the chest. Exhale down. Inhale, right hand back. Exhale, the arm comes down and through. Left side, inhale. And exhale. Good. Right foot comes up off of the mat, bending the knee as much as you'd like, and then really engage the core so it's a little tucked to the tailbone, so you're using your lower abdominals here. And then flex your foot, and the hands can be at heart center, or the arms can come out to the side, your choice. And then begin to send the foot back behind you. Really press through the heel, feeling that stretch, feeling the strength in your standing leg here. And then begin to unravel, coming all the way back through. And instead of putting the foot down, the knee comes back up in front of you, flex the foot, and then let the foot come down. Good. Other side, so arms can be out, or hands can be at heart center. Begin to lift the knee, flexing the foot, and then send the foot back behind you, pressing through the heel. Feel the shoulder blades pressing together in your back. Feel the strength in your core. And then begin to unravel, coming all the way back through. And the knee comes up in front of you. Flex the foot, and then let it come down. Let's do it again, one more time, each side. Knee comes up, flex the foot. And then the foot comes back behind you. Press through the heel. And then begin to unravel, coming all the way back through. And the knee starts to come up in front. And the foot comes down. Other side, last one. Knee comes up. Foot goes back behind you. Press through the heel. Feel the strength in your leg. Coming all the way back through. Your knee comes up, use your core. And then your foot comes down. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your knees. And the knees can kind of knock in towards each other. And then begin to move through some cat-cows, rounding the spine. And then sending the chest between the arms. A few times through. Noticing that maybe the spine is feeling a little looser, a little more mobile. Maybe the back is feeling a bit more open now. One more time through. Good. And then begin to stand. Let the hands come in front of you as you inhale. Exhale, opens to the side. Inhale, straight up above you. And exhale, straight down. Another time. Inhale, straight out in front. Exhale, open. Inhale, up. And exhale, this time fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands and walk the feet back one at a time. We'll meet in plank pose, pressing down through each fingertip, pressing down through the palms to feel buoyant through the upper back. And then on an inhale, lift the hips for downward facing dog. Any organic movement that feels good here, maybe walking out the heels or shifting the hips side to side, maybe shaking the head no. Then as you're feeling ready, let the knees come all the way down to the mat. And then send the hips back towards the heels. Inhale yourself back up to all fours. And exhale the hips back towards the heels. Inhale comes up. And exhale down. Stay here for a moment. Let the hands rest down in front of you. Maybe the arms rest down. And then let the forehead come down towards your mat. And begin to lift yourself up, walking the hands back towards the knees. And let the feet go to the side. Come to seated on your mat. And then take that blanket, place it towards the top of the mat. And then come to laying down on one side. The knees can be bent a little bit if you'd like, or the legs can be straight. And let the bottom arm be long on the mat or the floor. And then let the top hand come right on top of the bottom hand. And then begin to bring that hand up and over as you open up through the chest, through the back of the body, as much as is comfortable for you. And then begin to bring the hand back in. Simply creating some mobility through the spine as you keep moving at your own pace, doing what feels good to you. We'll move one more time through. Good. And then turn over. We'll do the other side. I'm going to move my blanket to the other side of the mat so my back is now to you. So the bottom arm is nice and straight. Knees can be bent as much as you're comfortable with. Top hand comes to rest on top of the bottom hand. And then we're simply opening through the chest. And then bringing the hand back in. Opening through the chest, creating mobility through the spine, through the upper back. Moving at your own pace. We'll move one more time through. And then just let yourself lay on your back. Your head can rest on your blanket if you'd like. Let your knees be bent. The feet can be about as wide as the mat. Lift your hips and then place them down and really feel supported by the mat. same thing with the shoulders, lift them up. And then as you place them down, bring attention to the shoulder blades. And one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Taking a moment to feel your breath. And then let your hands come down to your sides. Let the feet walk closer to the hips. And then right foot reaches up, press through the heel, and then roll the ankle one direction. And then the other direction. And then point and flex the foot. And let the foot come to rest on top of the thigh. Flex the foot, and then if you like, you can stay right here. If you want a little something more, you can reach through the keyhole, holding the back of the leg, and then resting the head and the shoulders back down, and then flexing the left foot as well. You can just hold this pose, or maybe you'd like to rock a little bit side to side. And let the foot come back down to the mat. Reach the right foot up to the ceiling, press through the heel, and then let the right foot come down. Left foot reaches up toward the ceiling. Roll the ankle one direction, and then the other direction. And then point and flex, and let the foot come to rest on top of the right thigh. Flex the left foot, and then you can stay right here, or you can reach through the keyhole, holding the back of the right leg, and then flexing the right foot. Begin to relax the shoulders down. And then if you like, you can rock side to side, just a little bit. And let the foot come down to the floor. Reach the left foot up toward the ceiling, press through the heel, and then let the left foot come down. Let both legs come out long on the mat. Let the feet fall open, and then shift the hips side to side before you let them rest down. Then bring the shoulder blades underneath you. Let the arms come out to the sides, palms facing up. And begin a little body scan. Noticing how you feel. Starting with your feet. Moving all the way up through your legs. Into your hips and your abdomen, moving through your chest and down both your arms, moving up through the neck into the head and the face, and then maybe let a gentle smile come to your lips. Take a moment to feel grateful for your healthy body. Feel grateful that you gave yourself this time today. And then as you wiggle your fingers and toes, begin to reach your arms up overhead, reach your legs out long, give yourself a full body stretch. And then roll to one side. Rest there for a moment. resting the nervous system, soaking in the last benefits of the practice. And then bring yourself up to any comfortable seat with eyes closed or soft gaze. And then bring your hands together at heart center. Thank yourself for being here today. And then send out some good vibes, good thoughts to somebody else in the world. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, the center of intuition. Namaste.